Hi there. I wanted to share with you how to get to the ACC databases and how to save things there. So the first thing you're going to do is go to austincc.edu. That's where we always start for anything with research or Austin Community College. And then you're going to go to Students. And then when you scroll down on the Students page, there's the Quick Launch menu over here, and you're going to go to Library. And as I told you, the library is super helpful for you. You can tell them that you need a database literary criticism source, and they can help you by phone. You can chat. Literally, they mean 24 hours a day. Like if you are working on this and you can't sleep and it's 4 in the morning, there will be somebody there to help you with assignments. So this is a great resource that you should not forget that you have. The earlier you try to do it, the better. It doesn't matter what day of the week it is, they can help. But for our purposes, I want to go to the A to Z list of databases. In the A to Z list of databases, I'm going to show you two different databases that are really good for literary criticism. The first one is under G for Gale, and it is this Gale Literature Resource Center. I have almost been able to find any article that I need in this resource. Now, the first thing that I want to do before I start getting too involved in all of this is I'm going to go and I'm going to open up my Google Drive, and I'm going to make sure that my Google Drive is my ACC Google Drive, that I'm signed in. Okay. So I have my Google Drive open and my databases in two different tabs. In this, you should have some sort of like 1302 folder or something like that that will help you. I am not going to do that because my drive is a lot big of a mess, more big of a mess than yours. I know that things are going to go into the Gale Literature Resource Center, so I'm going to open this, and I'm going to open a new Google Doc. This is not going to be anything permanent. I'm going to copy and paste information from this into my final paper because I know that a works cited is at the end of a paper and is part of the essay. It's not a separate document, but I'm going to make this a working works cited page. And just because y'all know how I feel about fonts, I'm going to make sure that I put Times New Roman, 12 point before I do anything, and the title should always be centered. And then because I want to know what this is, when I look at it, I'm going to make sure that I don't leave my document untitled. If you put a title in or anything at the beginning of a document and you just click up here, it'll automatically change it to that title. So I have this as my working works cited document. And I'm going to go back over to my list of databases and Gale Literature Resource Center. When I click on that, if I'm not already logged in to my ACC EID and password, it will ask me for that information because the ACC library is only for ACC students. And you can see there's a featured author and featured stuff. So I'm going to search. Now, my research paper is going to be over A and P. Your research paper is going to be over To Build a Fire, Battle Royal, or There Will Come Soft Rains. So you will type your title in, and you want to make sure that you put your title in quotation marks. So mine is A and P, quotation marks. Oops, that's not a P. P, quotation marks. And then I will search for that. When I search, I'm going to get a lot of responses. So there are a couple different ways to kind of filter out those responses. So you can look for, you can filter over here, or I think I can look for a topic within. So I could look in here and search for things that talk about my character, and my character is Sammy. So if I look for that, maybe that will bring something up. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I don't like this. Okay, sorry. Don't do that. Don't do this. Come over here and click on an article. And in the article that you are interested in reading, you can read all through this, right? But one of the things that I know that I'm looking for is going to be character. And I'm going to focus on the character of Sam. So I would do a search in here. So to do a search, I hit Control and F at the same time, and I put his name in here, and then I hit Enter. And this will take me to all of the different places where it talks about Sammy as a character. Um, Sammy achieves a new integrity, one that divorces him from his unthinkable conservative environment. Or the most effusive admiration of Sammy is provided by M. Gilbert Porter's essay, which discovers Emersonian qualities of various sorts of the protagonist, and which argues the histrionic aspect of his gesture does not detract from the basic nobility. So, is he noble or not? And I can keep looking until I find something that I might want to use. So here we have something about the symbol. Okay, so this could be interesting. Sammy associates himself at the outset with hi-ho crackers that are a fitting symbol for him, an ordinary middle-class snack item. Right, so this shows that Sammy is middle class. So I can do this. I can highlight these, and I can highlight that, and then I'm saying Sammy views himself as middle class. Right? And then I can save this. Now, if I know I'm going to use this article, I'll go back up and I'll be like, hey, this article is fantastic. There's a lot of things that I can do. I can add it to my Google Drive. Um, I'm looking for, usually they show you how to cite the article. So I'm going to scroll down to the very bottom of the article. And look, there's the source citation that I can copy. So I'm going to copy this, Control C, and then I'm going to go over to my working works cited document, and I'm going to make sure that this is left justified right here. And I'm going to Control V, paste that in. Now you notice that I lose some of the formatting. That's okay. I can fix that. I'll show you that in just a second. And then I come back over here to the Literary Resource Center, and I want to make sure that I don't have to search for this again. So I'm going to send this to my Google Drive. And as soon as I send it to my Google Drive, it's going to ask me which one. I always use my ACC one. And then when I get over to my Google Drive, in the Gale Literature Resource Center, here's my article I just saved. And if you scroll in here, it actually saves my highlighting and my note to myself. So I can go all the way down. It's got my highlighting in the article, but if I go all the way down to the bottom, it has my actual note. So I can be like, oh, I can put this in the character paragraph. We're looking for information for the character paragraph, which I think is the easiest to find. I think it's the easiest to find what they talked about with characters. But you could also look for the conflict or the point of view. And here's that source citation again. So then I'm going to go back over to my works citing document, and I'm going to set up all my formatting. So the very first thing you do before you format anything is you make sure that everything is Times New Roman, 12 point. And then I'm going to take out this space between, and I'm going to make sure that all of this is at a traditional double space with no spacing. So I'm going to go custom spacing and make sure this is set to 2 and both of these are set to 0, and I'm going to apply. Then I'm going to highlight just this, and I'm going to go to Format, Line and Indent, Indentation Options, Special Indent, and go to Hanging and Apply. And that's how it will look on my works cited page. I'm going to go and record another video for the other resource center, and I'm going to add that to this working works cited page to show you how that would look. So I hope that this helped you a little bit.